Hey,
Hey,
James. How's it going?
yeah, not too bad. So, how things?
Things are going great. What about you?
Yeah, so, right, just keeping myself busy or that.
Yeah. Yep. You been keeping up with all the transfers going on right now? And
Yes, because I have so many bands around the globe
yeah.
saying yes for my podcast, and it's quite incredible. It is. So how is your life going right now? And
Everything's going good. Summer's been great. We just were on vacation last week, so that was awesome. Yeah. Got some sun, and then we're just prepping right now for our tour in the fall with LA Guns. So getting a lot of stuff done.
so, welcome to my podcast.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Can you please introduce yourself, what instruments you play, and where you come from?
For sure.
Yeah, well, I'm the lead singer in the band, and I play guitar as well. And Robert here is the drummer, and we're a band from Toronto in Canada. And yeah.
Then I've got some questions to ask you.
Go ahead.
All right. So, first question is, what sort of music did your family play when you were growing up?
We listened to a bunch of different things. My mom was a big 80s rock fan. Was into like Guns N' Roses and Metallica and stuff. But we also come from a background, Caribbean background, so a lot of soca and reggae music were being played, but a mix of everything. We listened to pretty much every single genre, and we gained a lot of different influences from growing up in that environment.
So, second question, how did you come up with the name Stick in Burns?
Yeah, we came up with the name Sticks and Stones, and it was when we were young. This was 2014.
2014, yeah.
So I think I was 9 at the time. It was our first show. We were in a music school that was doing sort of like a recital, like School of Rock thing, and we got to the show, and the band didn't have a name yet. So just on the fly, before we were about to go on, our music instructor Bob turned around to me and he said, we don't have a name. Does anyone have a name? And I just said Sticks and Stones, and we've kept it ever since.
Yeah, just stuck.
That is a good name, and plus it must be so hard to come up with a band name.
Yeah, we've tried a couple times to see if we can think of anything that we thought was better, and honestly, every time we try, we just end up back on Sticks and Stones. So we're glad we nailed it. Well, at least we think we nailed it on the first try.
And next question, you released your debut album, Dead Memories, LP Digging for a Daylight, having collaborated with producer, with Johnny K. Was it too fun to recording? Did he give you any advice?
Yeah, honestly, it was really fun recording that first record with Johnny. To be honest, he ended up being more like a mentor to me in terms of recording, and he taught me a lot of how to set up like the studio we're in right now, and he taught me a lot of how to record, how to mix, how to be a good producer, and helped us both, especially at the beginning of learning how to write songs, and what's like a good formula, how to transition things where it feels natural, and all that kind of stuff that makes a good song.
And what I heard, Johnny K, because he worked with pretty band names like Three Doors Down and Megadeth.
Yeah. And also he worked with Disturbed on that first record, the Down with the Sickness record. So he has a great repertoire of people he's worked with, and that's why it was awesome to get the chance to work with him.
And next question, how would you describe your sound?
I would say we are a mix of classic, 80s rock, like a guitar-driven rock, mixed with the early 2000s kind of modern rock, like your 3 Days Grace, your Nickelbacks, and then also a hint of, like some of your more metal acts, like, your Gojiras, your In Flames, but very heavy modern metal is what I would say, modern hard rock.
That is a sound. So I've got a question for you, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
How do you warm up your voice before a show?
Before a show, honestly, I have like a fairly strict routine. I have what's called a nebulizer, which is like a salt water vaporizer. Essentially, it helps to like coat my throat and hydrate it. And then about 10 to 15 minutes before the show, I have a warm-up routine, which is honestly fairly basic. Like there's this one, it's on Spotify, and if you just search up like 10 minutes of like 10-minute vocal warm-up routine, and it's mainly just doing vowels and all that kind of stuff to just get your voice, woken up and used to going up and down and hitting all different kinds of notes.
And I just want to say, Nick, you got a very unique voice.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
No worries. And I thought there must be some time you might like lose your voice a bit. Do you worry about that as well?
Yeah, losing my voice is always a big worry. I haven't really been in too many scenarios where that's been an issue. Mainly, like I attribute it to my vocal teacher, Faulkner Abraham. He taught me how to sing properly, almost like through like opera techniques. And so when I'm singing now, I really don't have any sort of issues with actually injuring my voice while singing or screaming. The big worry is, if I get sick or if after a show in like a loud venue talking to people, usually that's where my voice can kind of get ruined. But just being aware of that and trying to minimize the areas of where there's potential for my voice to get injured, I always try and do.
Okay. And next question. Last time round, you went on tour sports acts for LA Guns. Did you learn any experience from LA Guns? Did they taught you under your wing?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great experience when we were going on tour with them in Europe now in the fall, but last year we did some of the southern U.S. With LA Guns, and one of the things that whether it was LA Guns and also John 5 we toured with before, it's just you learn the professionalism side of doing these tours, and they set great examples for how this the day-to-day on tour, just how to carry yourself, and those guys were super professional, and they were awesome guys to hang with. They were super nice, and they put on a hell of a show. So they were great role models to look up to while we were on that tour.
Great experience.
Yeah, for sure.
So next question, what is the biggest crowd you ever played to?
I want to say probably about 2,000.
Yeah, I think around 2,000 on that last tour with LA Guns. I think one of the venues there was that outdoor one. I think it was like 2,000.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think a close second would probably be we played with John 5 in Columbus, Ohio, at a place called the King of Clubs. I think that one was in the range of like 1,500.
Yeah, 1,500.
But
it's cool. It's cool to be able to play in venues like that where you're playing it in front of such a large audience, and especially just feeding off the crowd energy, and hopefully we just get to play bigger and bigger venues.
Yeah.
And you must get a real buzz out of audience.
Yeah.
Like sing your songs back at you.
Sometimes, especially I feel like more of our hardcore fans are in Canada. Like the people that have been following us the longest, so those people usually know our songs more and keep up with it. But the more and more we play, the more and more fans we get, and hopefully soon, we can play Madison Square Garden and everybody's singing the song back.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Well, that would be cool, but you just never know one day.
Yeah,
Never know.
that's what we strive for.
So next question, who is your dream artist to work with one day?
I would say, in terms of playing a show with, I would want to play a show with one of the Canadian, like I mentioned, the like modern, so the 2000s rock guys, like either Nickelback or 3 Days Grace. I think that'd be a really cool fit with our sound. But in terms of doing a collab with, I mean, me and Nick are massive fans of Gojira, and I think that would be something that'd be really cool. Kind of a different style, but we're kind of similar enough that I think it'd be a really cool mix of, the genre and style. And those guys are awesome.
Next question, how do you write your music? Do you elaborate it, or do you write individually?
It's kind of a combination of both, honestly. Usually it starts with either like a melody hook or something, vocally, or a guitar part or a riff. And usually, like, I'm the one that is more hands-on with the computer side of things and recording. So usually I'll get like a bass backbone structure for the song put on the computer, and then we both sit together and write lyrics, and sometimes we'll even write our own individual lyrics and then come back afterwards and kind of mix and match, or who's got better lyrics here and what suits the song the best. And whatever parts we might want to change up is kind of more of a collaborative thing.
And the next question, who is your mentor?
We've been lucky enough to have a lot of mentors on our musical journey thus far. One big mentor for me is Ryan Roxy from Alice Cooper. He's the guitar player, and he was one of the first people to really take me under his wing and be a mentor to me and teach me major rules of being a musician and how to just conduct yourself, never be a dick, things like this. But I've had other amazing mentors such as Kiko Loureiro from Megadeth, as I said earlier, Johnny K, and Robert has also had some amazing mentors as well.
Yeah, like I would say two of my biggest influences in terms of drumming as mentors would be my drum teacher for many years, almost a decade, Dave Langeth, who's been helped me out tremendously in playing, and also, like Nick said, conducting yourself in the industry. And also Glenn Sobel from Alice Cooper has also been a huge influence on me and has given me a bunch of good advice. And so I'd say those two definitely helped me out a lot.
That's to say, the big names you mentioned.
Yeah, we've been lucky enough to be mentored by some very knowledgeable people in the industry, for sure.
So next question is, what draws you into that music style, 80s, 90s, 2000, love for rock, heavy metal music?
I would say, like I mentioned before, growing up, our parents were listening to that kind of the 80s style. But growing up as WWE fans and fans of wrestling, a lot of the early 2000s, like rock bands, were in WWE, either as like entrance music or just the themes for some of the pay-per-views. So a lot of our love for that music came from watching WWE, and also came from watching movies at the time. A lot of the sync licensing, a lot of the big theme music, and a lot of everything, big productions were using that 2000s era rock. And I think that's
just kind of what we grew up on, just seeing constantly, and fell in love with that kind of style of music.
Yeah.
Next question, who are your biggest musical heroes?
Honestly, there's a lot. For a long time, like Eddie Van Halen and Slash were my huge influences on guitar. I would say more recently, like Miles Kennedy is a big influence, especially on my singing. And honestly, another big band that I've been into recently is Bad Omens. They're amazing, and I, try and be just as good as they can be.
Yeah, I would say some of my personal, the drummers that I look up to and musicians in general is Questlove from The Roots. I'm a really big fan of his and The Roots in general. And then Mario Duplantier from Gojira, obviously a huge fan of his. And just all the bands that we kind of grew up on, all those rock bands of the 2000s are all legends that we look up to.
Next question: how do you feel when your song was playing on the radio for the first time?
It's definitely a crazy experience. I remember at this point it had been played a couple of times, but there was one radio station in particular that I used to listen to every morning with my dad when I was going to high school. And to hear our song got played on there for one of the segments, that was kind of like a surreal moment for me. Because I remember when we first started music and I'd listen to the radio in the morning, I would think, one day I'm going to hear one of my songs on this radio station driving, to school or whatever. And, to have that actually happen and that manifest, it was really cool.
And the next question is, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
Hopefully headlining Madison Square Garden. But just trying to get as far along in our music career as possible. Hopefully make as big of an impact as possible, and inspire younger artists to be as into music as we are. Hopefully we can be like some of the names you see back here. The Chili Peppers. We got Ray Luzier from Korn, who's an awesome guy. Motley Crue, Stain, Godsmack over here. We got this poster from Kirk Hammett. Some Queens of the Stone Age poster. Like some of those, people that we look up to. We got a Metallica poster there too. To be to be able to have that much of an influence on, the world with our music, like these, legends behind me would be ultimately the goal.
So, all listeners who's watching this, people who haven't heard of you yet, where can they find you?
You can find us in terms of streaming, like Spotify and stuff, at Sticks, the letter N, Stones Band. On Instagram, well, we're on the live right now, but we're Sticks and Stones Band _official. Our website is sticksandstonesofficial.com. And Facebook, I believe, is pretty similar to Instagram. So any of the social medias and stuff, you can find us basically at just Sticks and Stones Band _official, or just Sticks and Stones Band.
That's cool. So next question: describe yourself in one word.
One word.
In terms of our live performance, I would just say energetic.
Yeah, energetic's a good word. Energetic, honestly. Heavy, maybe even too. Heavy and energetic. That's what you could expect from a Sticks and Stones concert.
And the last question is, what is one message you would like to give to your fans?
What message we'd like to give to our fans? Stay tuned. Honestly, we're just getting started. We've got more to come. We thank you all for who are fans of us right now for being along with us in this musical journey, and we appreciate your support. And we hope to give you more of music that you love. And
definitely more to come. We're always working, always trying to better ourselves, and also try and get some messages across that we believe in, and hopefully we can get our vision and our musical vision that we enjoy making to the people in the world that would like to enjoy it, and we get to the right audience.
And also Rob and Nick. So my dad would be coming to see you in October in London.
Yeah. No, we can't wait. We can't wait to be over in the UK. It's going to be our first time being over in the UK and Europe, and so we can't wait to be over there. Can't wait to meet in person. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So that's be October 30, isn't it?
The London show, I believe so. I
Around that day, yeah.
double check that, but that sounds right.
We're gonna meet you there.
Yeah, the London show is the 30th. Yeah,
the
Friday
30th.
the 30th, October 30th.
Okay.
And actually, James Ford in the comments is going to be on stage with us.
Yeah, playing guitar with us.
He's gonna be playing guitar with us as well.
And I just want maybe if you like to do like cover songs, like especially UK, because everyone loves Oasis. Have you heard of them? Oasis?
Yeah.
Maybe like to do like one cover song, Oasis, like maybe like Wonderwall.
Yeah, I mean that might be cool. We're definitely we're picking through some of the set list right now, so we're thinking of stuff to do. I mean, definitely some of the UK artists like Oasis
sure.
would be something cool to do as a cover, or even like a little 30-second thing just to get the crowd going. I mean, Wonderwall would be pretty funny.
It'd be a funny contrast, to be honest.
Yeah, because it's such an iconic song, but it's it's a little bit different than what we play. But I think it might actually work. It'd be pretty cool.
So one more thing, I just want to say, Rob and Nick, thank you so much for coming on my podcast. Thanks for taking your time out, and all the best for the future. Keep on making great music, and to do a part 2. Never give up your dream. Never stop doing what you love. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in October.
Yes, thank you for having us. It's an honor to be here, and
Yeah, I wish you nothing but the best on the podcast, and we'll see you in October, and maybe after the tour we can reconnect and get back on and do another conversation. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be great, and maybe have a couple of drinks as well.
Yeah.
Oh yes, of course.
Yes. Anyway, guys, so take care of yourself, and I'll see you
You as
soon.
well.
All right. Take care.
Take care.